Hello everyone, today we're going to be discussing our snake dissection and we're going to talk about the snake anatomy and pretty cool adaptations and features it has.
Hi, I'm Nicole Perez and I'll be going over the digestive system and the nervous system.
Hi, my name is Bryan and I'll be going over the integumentary and excretory system.
Hi, my name is Mariana and I'm going to be discussing the reproductive system and the circulatory system.
Hi, I'm Brittany and I'll be going over the respiratory system. I'm covering the trachea, the lungs, and the fat bodies.
Snakes are ectodermic, amniotic vertebrates covered in overlapping scales. They are carnivorous, flexible, have a forked tongue, and are limbless. Snakes are classified in the chordata phylum. Their class is Reptilia in this Squamata order along with lizards.
As you can tell, snakes are limbless. That's one of their adaptations to survive better. You'll see basic features like eyes. There are very small nostrils at the top. The mouth can't open quite right now. Going down, this is the cloaca right here. It opens a bit. It's just stiff right now because of all the juices and stuff.
Contour shading is a form of camouflage in which the top of the animal's body is darker and the underside is lighter. Contour shading changes the way the shadows are created.
We're going to start with the digestive system. So at the beginning of it is the mouth right here. And from the mouth we go into the esophagus, which is this part that's been cut into a bit accidentally. The esophagus, the stomach isn't super distinguishable, it just goes straight into it, and it's rather large because it can fit in large mice and stuff. And you follow the stomach down, and you will eventually hit, as you can see, underneath these fat bodies, there are intestines. If we keep going down, we have cut up towards the cloaca. We still have the opening of it right here. If you pinch a bit, you'll see the scales will rise and fall, and that is the cloaca. Now, the liver is probably the most prominent part of the body of a snake. It metabolizes carbohydrates and fats and serves as quick storage for energy and retrieval of energy. It produces bile and bile salts to emulsify fats. It detoxifies poisons, it creates enzymes. So this right here, kind of hidden by all the fat bodies and some mesoderm that I've tried to cut off, is the gallbladder. It leads into, if we keep going, into the intestines that I showed earlier. The gallbladder stores and concentrates bile secreted by the liver that we showed earlier. So this is the stomach. We've taken it out. We cut it in two different ways. As you can see right here, we cut it kind of like this way. We cut it in half right here. It's very long. It actually might be just a little bit longer because I didn't fully cut it out, I think. This snake appears to not have eaten anything before it was captured and died, because there is absolutely nothing in here. There's not even a worm or anything. It's just one flat, long tube. So we're going to be going between this model and this diagram. Now, as you can see on this diagram, at the very top, we have the olfactory sac. And it would be around this area, which is attached to the nostrils right here on this actual model. And going down, it goes into this much larger olfactory lobe. Now, this is the reason why snakes have such an amazing sense of smell. And that would be along right here, kind of on the top. As you know, snakes' tongues are responsible mostly for their sense of smell. So the tongue itself will exit the mouth and then go right back in. And the forked portion that has all of the scent on it, when it comes back in, it runs over the top of the mouth, and that sends signals to that olfactory lobe, and it tells the snake what it's smelling. And if we keep going, it goes down a bit, and this major part right here is the cerebral hemisphere. That's the actual brain function, where they're not just sensing things, it's where they're actually thinking and planning ahead for hunting. 4 is this part right in the middle. That would be about right here. All the actual brain function is kind of around it and underneath it, and the optic function runs around right here and connects to the eyes. All of this right here. These are pituitary body glands and much smaller things that will end up, they go about down right here. All of these nerves will span down through the body and go through to the spinal cord and everything. Okay, leading straight from the spinal cord is the medulla oblongata, which is a little bit obscured, but you can tell it runs straight into this, so it's a vertebrate. This top part, we're viewing it from the dorsal, not the ventral, so it doesn't quite follow the model in the book. This top part should be the midbrain. It's semi-underdeveloped. Underneath it, we can't really see that well, should be the cerebellum. Going back to the top, these should be the optic lobes. They will lead into the eyes. It's a little bit damaged, but if we go up here and we peek in a bit, we'll be seeing the olfactory lobe runs up a bit, and it will end in olfactory sacs. And this whole area will be responsible for the extreme heightened smell of the snake.
Internal nostrils are located on the roof of its mouth. Inside of the snake's mouth, behind the tongue, is an opening that opens into the trachea called the glottis. The glottis is always closed until the snake takes a breath. It can extend outside the mouth while eating a large prey, so the snake can still respire. An interesting bit of information about the glottis is that there is cartilage just inside it that vibrates when the snake forcefully exhales. This vibration is what creates its hissing sound.
This is the trachea, and it goes all the way down, and that leads, that's the pathway for air into the lungs. And then this little part right here is the left lung, which is non-functional. And then right here, which we kind of cut open into, is the right lung, and that brings in oxygen to the body and gets rid of carbon dioxide throughout the body.
Alright, so this is the heart inside of the body. Obviously we have removed all the other body parts like the liver, trachea, etc. So this is the heart. We removed the pericardial membrane that was on top of it. So right here, this is the right atrium. The blood will enter through the veins into this atrium, go out into the lungs through one of these aortas. It's hard to decipher because there's a lot of membrane and it was difficult to cut through. Then it will enter into this left atrium right here, you can see. And then it will enter into the ventricle, and it will go out into the body. So the body, the blood, etc. So next to the model, you can see it right here. The right atrium here. This is the model of a turtle, but it's similar since it's a 3-chambered heart. This is the left atrium right here. And it'll enter here, go out into the lungs, enter back here into the atrium, and then go out to the body. So yeah, this is the ventricle right here, and that is the heart of the snake.
The excretory system is composed of the kidney, so hear about this part, the cloaca, and the bladder. The kidney's function is to excrete waste substance like ions, water, and nitrogenous wastes. Yeah.
With snakes, the reproductive system varies. Some snakes can produce asexually while others produce sexually, just like our snake in this dissection. There are snakes that produce asexually. The females reproduce through parthenogenesis, which means they lay eggs that start cell division without male sperm. One example are flower pot snakes. 70% of snakes are oviparous. Boa constrictors are viviparous, which means they produce live young, like mammals, for example.
So this snake is a female because of these. If it was a male, it wouldn't have any of these squiggly ovaries with developing ovum. So these are the right ovaries with the developing ovum, which are the mature cells that develop into eggs later on when she decides to give birth. And right here is the cloaca, so it is on the end where the tail is. So it is the common opening of the urinary and reproductive systems. It removes waste from the kidneys and fluids from the reproductive organs and transfers them out to the external environment. In the female, the cloaca receives the male's hemipenis during copulation.
Alright, so this right here is part of the fat body, and then right here and all the way down, the orange parts are the fat bodies, and they help reserve energy and fat.